Okay, so we're constantly hearing about AI doing all this incredible stuff, right? It's writing code, it's making art, solving problems we thought were, totally out of reach. But the real question, the one that kind of gets under your skin, isn't what it can do, it's how. Seriously, how does something that starts with just a few simple instructions end up creating these mind-blowing results? Well, the secret is actually kind of simple, and it's hiding in plain sight, all around us. And the answer to that question really boils down to two super powerful connected ideas. And the wild thing is, once you get these two concepts, you'll start seeing them everywhere. I'm talking a flock of birds, the stock market, and yep, even deep inside the so-called mind of an AI. All right, so let's get into it. Part one. We're talking about the building blocks, simple rules, complex worlds. So first up is this idea of heuristics. Now, don't let the fancy word throw you off. We use these things literally every second of the day. A heuristic is just a rule of thumb, a mental shortcut. It's not about finding the absolutely perfect 100% correct solution. It's about finding one that's good enough to get the job done, right here, right now. Just think about it this way. Imagine you accidentally fall into a pool. You're not going to stop and start calculating fluid dynamics, are you? No way. You have an instinct, a simple rule. Flap your arms, kick your legs, do whatever you got to do to get your head above the water. It's probably not going to look pretty, it won't be Olympic-level swimming, but it works. That right there, that's a heuristic in action. Okay, so the second piece of this puzzle is a concept called emergence. And this is where the magic happens. Emergence is what you get when a whole bunch of simple things, each one just following its own little rule, come together to create a really complex pattern. A pattern that nobody planned. It wasn't designed from the top down by some master architect. It just, it grows from the bottom up. And the classic example here, the one you've probably seen a million times, it's a flock of birds. I mean, think about it. There's no lead bird up front with a megaphone, choreographing that beautiful, swirling dance in the sky. Nope. Each individual bird is just following a few super simple heuristics. Something like stay close to the birds around you, but not too close. And out of those tiny local rules, this incredible, coordinated, global behavior just emerges. All right, moving on to part two, the surprising connection, because this is where it all comes together. This is how these rules literally create our reality. So it's like this constant three-step dance. Okay, step one, simple little rules or heuristics build up these complex emergent behaviors, just like we saw with the birds. Then step two, we as humans use our own heuristics to spot these new patterns. So think of a stock trader who has that rule of thumb, buy the dip, right? That's a heuristic they're using to react to an emergent market pattern. And then, and this is the absolute key, step three, those patterns create a brand new situation, a new reality that forces everyone to adapt and create new rules. And boom, you've got this powerful, never-ending feedback loop. Okay, part three. Why does any of this matter for AI? I mean, why are we talking about birds and stock markets? Well, it's because this exact engine, this crazy loop between simple rules and complex emergence, this is the very thing that is powering the entire AI revolution. This whole relationship has three enormous implications for AI. So first, you've got scaling. This means you can start with a really simple rule and end up with these amazingly complex skills you never saw coming. Second is efficiency. You get this super sophisticated, coordinated behavior without needing some central commander calling all the shots. And third, and this is the big one, risk. Because the whole system is emergent, one tiny change to a single rule can set off massive, unpredictable, and, potentially really dangerous ripple effects. And look, here's a perfect, totally mind-bending example of this in action. A large language model, like the ones that power ChatGPT, starts with one almost ridiculously simple heuristic: predict the next word. Seriously, that's it. But from applying that one little rule billions upon billions of times, these incredible abilities, they just emerged. We're talking about the ability to solve logic puzzles, write poetry, generate computer code. nobody specifically programmed those skills in. They just appeared out of the complexity.
Which brings us to part 4. Should we be excited or worried? Because this immense power of emergence, well, it kind of presents us with two very, very different futures.
I mean, on the one hand, the potential is absolutely breathtaking. Just imagine AIs that could discover new scientific principles on their own or coordinate disaster relief efforts faster and more efficiently than any human team ever could. It really is a door to a kind of innovation we can't even fully predict yet. But, and it's a huge but, that very same unpredictability is what makes it so dangerous. The exact same process could unleash these runaway effects that we just can't control. Things like viral misinformation that spreads like wildfire, flash crashes in our financial markets, or, and this is a scary one, an AI that causes a complete catastrophe, all because it was trying to optimize for a simple, poorly defined goal.
So, the crucial point to take away from all this is, well, it's us. We, the designers, the programmers, the users, we are the ones setting those initial simple rules. We are planting the seeds. And this unbelievably complex world of AI, it's going to grow from those seeds, whether we plan for it or not. And that leaves all of us with a really profound question to think about. We're the ones setting the rules. So what are we going to let emerge?